Hello there everyone, my name is Doug Bonnie, and in this video we will be diving into the past of FNaF fan games, which one of them being called Five Nights at Thomas. Yes, the talking train engine that you watched in your childhood, which one day turned into a FNaF fan game around the time when FNaF was becoming popular and the spawn of FNaF fan games that were either iconic, were poorly made by some kid using Photoshop and Click Team Fusion, or controversial choices that were made and came to light. But before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you everyone that watched the last video I made in this type of format video. Even though it's like months ago, I still want to appreciate all you guys for watching it, as I never really made a video talking in depth about a game or its creators' projects, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. Thomas Tank Engine. And with that said, let's just get started. When Thomas the Tank Engine became a FNaF fan game, Five Nights at Thomas. First off in this series is Five Nights at Thomas, released on January 10th, 2015, created by JFun300, and from here on out of the series. With this in the game's description, Thomas Pizza Railway is a magical place where you can enjoy a delicious pizza for only $5.99, and they're looking for someone to work for the night shift and put coal in the furnace so they don't run out of power or something. Equipped with a flashlight, and you must survive 5 nights at Thomas, quote unquote. Now, for what the game is like, it's pretty simple. You just have to survive 5 nights with your phone guy as Sir Top and Hat, you know, the fat bald dude. And not a lot happens or a lot can do in this game, since Thomas is the only enemy in this game besides Golden Thomas, but he can only be on night 5 if you just keep on hitting the poster in the office.
Close the door, take it to God, and we're calling. What the fuck just happened?
Thomas will sometimes appear in the doorway, and you must close the door to stop him. The door also drains power, so it's best not to keep it closed for too long and just keep on putting coal in the furnace. You don't have many mechanics at your disposal, as all you have is, again, your flashlight, the door, and the furnace, and with that being the end of the game. Five Nights at Thomas 2 was released on February 5, 2015, a month later after the first game. With this in the game's description: welcome to the new Thomas Pizza Railway. We now have more trains, doors, cameras, pizza, Thomases, etc. We have also relocated to Canada after some incidents at the old location, but at least the pizza is now $4.99. For what this game is like, it has more than the first one, with there being 3 doorways that you can shine your light on and close them. Another big difference is that there are cameras that you can use to track each of the trains, and you can also refill coal in the furnace room for the doors and the flashlight to use this time against the trains, or the four of the trains, which are Thomas, Percy, James, and Wither Thomas. They all look pretty much like FNaF 1 animatronics. They just come from either different entrance. For Thomas and Wither Thomas, they come from the middle, Percy comes from the left, and James comes to the right.
Oh god! Oh god!
But nonetheless, they all can be stopped by closing the metal door until you hear a fun sound effect indicating that they're gone. And with that, that's the end of the game. Now we are at the third game of the series, Five Nights at Thomas 3, released on March 18, 2015, with it also being made the next month after the second one and the first one, with this in the game's description. Welcome to the newest location of Thomas Pizza Warehouse. This new location is now owned and operated by a man named Chuck. It'd been about 2 years and 1 day since the old location closed. Technically, it's not a new location, they just took the old location and gave it a makeover. Anyways, nobody can understand what Chuck is saying. Some people don't even know how much the pizza costs. Now, for what this game is like, it's much more of what a FNaF fan game is like, and gives you more things to do than the second one, and far more than the first one. Your office still has 3 doorways, but this time you can't use them to stop the engines. However, you can use your flashlight, which will be your primal method of defense against the animatronics, the engines.
Let it go! Don't kill me! Do not kill me! I'm recharging it! The generator's on! Do I have to wait till it's all the way full? That's not fair! That's not fair that I have to wait till it's all the way full! That's not okay! Ah!
The cameras has also changed as well, with now there being 9 different ones, which range from the hallway, the vents, power room, etc. You also now have a maintenance panel that you can switch on the cameras, where you can toggle the lights in the office, and the brand new coal generator mechanism for this game. The coal generator is very different from the last ones. Now you just need to click on the coal generator button and the building will automatically refill coal all the time. However, if left on for too long, it will overheat and you will not be able to use it for like few seconds. If the power ever runs out, you won't be able to use your lights to defend against the engines. You can also cut the lights off using the panel as well, although this leaves you vulnerable to the trains. It will, however, helpfully make the coal generator go faster.
Is there a button somewhere? God!
As of enemies, there are 5, with 4 of them being from the last game. But this time, you have a new one called Golden Theodore Smith. I think I butchered that, but I don't know. Added to the cast. Most of them work similarly to the previous game counterparts. For like Wither Thomas and Golden Theodore enter from the middle, Percy comes from the left, and James comes from the right. The only enemy that works differently is Thomas, who will make his way to your office while the lights cut off. If he reaches your office, you won't have any way to defend yourself, and Thomas will kill you shortly after. And now that's the end of this game, with nothing special about the end of the night, if you haven't noticed. Well, besides getting a low paycheck. Now we reach Five Nights at Thomas 4, the final chapter, that was released as a short demo that would sadly later be cancelled due to motivation and interest in the game. But it was released on June 2nd, 2015, with this in the game's description. It's been 1 minute since Thomas Pizza Warehouse 3.0 blew it up for good. I wonder what will happen next. We must go through time to find out the true story of Sir Top and Hat, who exactly Chuck is, and all the stuff that leads up to these events. It will be an adventure of a lifetime, maybe but probably not actually. And also this time it was made in the Unreal Engine, with there being a decent plot to the game, unlike the last three. With Top Hat tries to get revenge on Chuck for surviving the last three restaurants, but this time you play as him and you now have to find your way to stop these spirits all by himself and find out what happened to Chuck the Night Guard. The game takes place 5 years earlier than the first game, making this a prequel to Five Nights at Thomas 1. We found out that Sir Topham Hatt and a new character named Walter Black. Yes, Walter Black.
Put your dick away, Walter.
Were making and designing the trains until one day, Sir Topham Hatt walked into Walter's house to find him dead from overdose. We are then walking around in Sir Topham Hatt's house after the event, doing whatever, just roaming around the place. And as you see, it's pretty good graphics from what the game, from a transition from just 2D to 3D. We are randomly placed in a dreamlike place with pieces of Thomas around us. We then go up the stairs to find that Walter is waiting for us before the demo ends right there. And the game will most likely never be finished since this was made like years ago. And nothing has came since Five Nights at Thomas. Up until after 6 years later, Five Nights at Thomas Dehydrated were released on April 25, 2021. With this game being a reboot/remake of the first game with much more improvement, with also this being in team with Radiation Team in helping with developing this game. With this in the game's description. Hello, welcome back to Thomas Pizza Railway. Experience 2015 Five Nights at Thomas in a whole new light with completely remastered experience. With all visuals and most of the audio have been recreated to bring this up par for 2021. The game engine has also been downgraded from Game Master to Click Team as part of the dehydration process. This now shows better graphics with that still same gameplay, but with a few additional new changes, with there being, if you keep flashing your light a lot at Thomas, he will become more aggressive, that can leave you to die. So you have to limit yourself on how many times you can do it. Introduce a new threat with this ghost looking thing that apparently it's Walter Black. Again, he's in this game again. and better love of the game with secret mini games that you can find. The game does feature 7 nights, endless mode, custom night after night 7, and a golden night that you can only get from playing a minigame that you grab the mask and put it on the train, which unlocks Golden Thomas as the only threat that you have to deal with from 12 to 6 a.m. He be on either side of you, replace the ghost, but this time you can die for him. And for the doorway, also, you are given a mask to deal with him if he appears on either side of you. And with that, that's the end of the series. So far, at least. So right now, at the time of me making this video, Five Nights at Thomas 2 Derailed is, from what I can tell, it's on a pause. But on the comments of GameJolt, the people are saying that it's canceled. So it's either one of them, I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of just it what I gotta say for this section. And that would be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed this blast from the past of a game, and just looking back on it, seeing your favorite YouTuber play it, and many others that came around at this time when FNaF was getting popular. And with the creation of Thomas turning into a FNaF fan game, others will follow, making trains into FNaF games as well. But if you like this type of video, just let me know in the comments below for another fan game I should talk about next. Take care, everybody. Stay safe and enjoy your day.